Good morning, welcome aboard Quantum of the Seas for the last day aboard of our 4-night voyage. We started in LA, we had a sea day, we did a day in Ensenada, now we're here coming to the end of the cruise, but we're not over yet. We still have a few things to see. We have one more theater show. We're gonna try out that Chinese restaurant, the dim sum place that isn't actually dim sum, which is really disappointing to me, and also a new party here aboard the cruise. So much to look forward to today, so we're gonna go ahead and start sailing on to the video. So let's go. Well, it's our last sea day aboard, and people are definitely out and about. The ice cream line's long. People are out on the pool deck. You gotta get it in while you can. It is nice that we had 2 sea days. Normally a 4-night here in California would go to Catalina, but honestly, I think I would take the second sea day. It was really nice. Noodles, dim sum, and milk tea. They only have one of those things. So here's a look at the menu. Splashaway Cafe is what it's called officially, or I guess not officially. They just put a sign up that says it. This is the menu anyways. And you can see that we do have 3 complimentary items: chicken tenders, mini hot dogs, and chocolate chip cookies. But then these special items, those cost extras, and that's actually the noodles and stuff. That's actually, they don't have any dim sum, but they have, that's the Chinese dishes, as you would say, on the menu. And the prices are pretty reasonable. I mean, $6 for kung pao chicken with rice, or $2 for beef satay. Well, that might be a little high, but it's not that expensive. Everything here is made to order for the specialty dishes. So I mean, $6 is a little, is cheap, it's reasonable, it's not that bad, but it's almost like, why charge it all? I think, like, that's my guess, is because it's just because they can only make so many of those dishes at any given time, and if it was free, it'd basically have to be buffet style, but it's not. You're paying for actually made to order items. So while we're waiting, we decided to try out the free stuff, which you can order. They give it to you right away: the chicken tenders, the hot dogs, and they have fries. It's the basic fries on Royal Caribbean, nothing different. Though this looks actually like a pretty decent chicken tender. Every time I'm recording, I always take the biggest bite ever, and it takes me forever to eat. That's what that was. But anyways, it's pretty moist. It's not bad, not overcooked. Obviously, there could be some variation depending on how busy they are, how much they're frying, and all this stuff, how long it sits. But it's got a decent crunch, good flavor, pretty good chicken tender. Can't go wrong with it. Don't know why they don't have more of that on Royal. And then there's the mini hot dog. You know, that's actually a dim sum thing. There is, like, it's kind of like that same breading as bao's. That's what I was thinking the mini hot dogs were, but this is like just a basic, like, puff pastry. Like, you can make this at home, the Pillsbury dough around it. Call it a day. That's what this is. Free stuff. Like, I really wish they had the dim sum. I'm not sure if you are familiar with dim sum, but that is like my favorite type of food, actually. So when I see dim sum on a cruise, on a map, I get excited, and to see that it's not really dim sum. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. I mean, it's exactly as I described it. Is it bad? No. Is it amazing? Not really. But at least they have it perfect by the pool.
Thank you.
So we elected to go with 3 different dishes. We got the kung pao chicken, the Yangzhou fried rice. Sorry I butchered that name, I know I did. And then the Taiwanese beef noodle. All these dishes look fantastic. But yeah, so let's just try a bite of the fried rice. It's okay, we'll see. Kung pao chicken. And we'll try the noodles. They have little beef chunks inside of it. I think out of everything, the beef noodles is definitely my favorite. That's a really good beef broth. The fried rice, it's okay. You're basically paying for shrimp fried rice. It's not too bad. Kung pao chicken has good flavor as well. Honestly, for the price, it's not bad. If you go to, like, Panda Express, then it's gonna be like $10, 15.
You watch him on.
Yeah, sure. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh? Nice to meet you. That was a fun interaction. What was I saying? Oh, as I was saying, so if you think about it, Panda Express, you would pay, I think, like $10-15 for a meal, and it's like not as much. So we paid $18 for 3 dishes. Honestly, it's a pretty good price. $6 is not bad, and it's pretty good. If you grew up in a Chinatown or something like that, then you would kind of come to this place and you would be a little disappointed. But overall, it's still good food. I think it's worth it. I'm not dissatisfied with paying the $6 a plate. I think I would have liked to try the fried noodles next time around, but I think the favorite thing going, if I were to come back to the restaurant, I definitely would order Taiwanese noodles or the wonton soup trying out next time. I think the soups are really where they got it. Made to order entrees. Yeah, okay. All right. And we're done. The Caribbean band is playing. It's just like, that to me is peak sea day experience. The Caribbean band on a pool deck, that's it. That is literally, to me, that's it. Alrighty, for the heck of it, I'm a little begrudging to do this, but we paid the $40 for the North Star since we didn't get it on this sailing. I will see. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's worth it. I have my reservations about this trip. I mean, we could do it for free in port, but doing it at sea day, doing it during the sea day seems, well, obviously, to me, I think it'd be better. I mean, depending on the port, but to me, it sounds a lot better to do it at sea, and it's an extended flight. So I've done the free version, so I guess $40 to figure out if the $40 version is worth it. We're spending a lot of money on this sea day. But I can tell you, based on the popularity, not a lot of people do it because this flight, there's only 2 people on it. Obviously, only 2 people at a specific time slot, not very strong. But you would think that they just start taking people for free or discounting it, but no, they don't. I had to pay the full, I booked it last minute. I'm sure if you book it ahead of time, you get a better price, but I had to pay the full $40 for the flight. Sounds like I'm complaining, and that's because I am. Anyways, let's get up there. I guess it's just me and the worker. So this will be interesting.
I can see, I can feel you from a million miles away, like the earth moves with every step you take. I don't know you, but I want you. All I do is think of ways to get closer, to make you feel the same. It's like
That was actually quite fun. Had a great time just to chat with Luis. He was the activity staff that was with me. It was me and him. We were just joking, having fun. He was telling me a story. You saw the shots. It's actually a really cool perspective. It really is. I don't know if it's worth $40, but I mean, just for basically a private tour, yeah, it was worth $40. But I think just because of that, if it was a big group and it was a really popular day, I think I wouldn't be as positive about it. But the experience overall, I really enjoyed. I could walk around, go anywhere. No one was in my way. I just shot everything and was just enjoying the conversation. Like it was great. That was nice. That would be worth it. If it was like just a couple people, I walked up and booked it last minute. I still had to pay the $40, but I would actually recommend, don't book it in advance. It's going to cost more. But walk up and see if you could book it last minute. And if there's no one on, then take that one because that was great. There's 2 people on the last one before me. There's 3 people on this one after me. They still fly it. 1 person is the minimum requirement to fly. So big shout out to Luis. And yeah, that was worth it. That was awesome. Alrighty, came back to the room. We went to Royal Mystery, which is a cool clue-based game. It was a lot of fun. I've never done something like that. You need 8 people in the team, so our family kind of tagged up with another team, and they were kind enough to let us join them and help out, and we tried to work together. And while we didn't actually solve it in the end, it actually turned out that not a single person solved it in the entire music hall. Maybe a little too difficult, or maybe we're all really dumb. I'm not sure which one. Probably the one that makes me look less bad. I guess that brings us back to the cabin. We're winding down on the end of the cruise. I did run down to the next cruise desk and I booked another cruise, which is an issue. I know I have a problem. I'm working on it. I'm going through nothing. I'm not doing anything to stop that problem. Maybe rehab. I really need to go through rehab, get some help. Is really what I need. So if you know anyone, let me know. Until then, I went down to the next cruise desk and I booked the next cruise for Voyager. So when Voyager comes down to California for the first time, I'll be on that first sailing. I like these first sailings. They're a lot of fun. Always book your next cruise on board. At least that's what I've been doing recently. Every time I'm on board, I just book another one, which is starting to become a major problem. Yeah, that's enough about that. let's finish out this sailing. But yeah, now that we've come back to the cabin, I just wanted to take a look at the screen to show you the route that we've been taking. Kind of silly, but like we've been doing just some weird squiggles all around. Really interesting. When I'm on a cruise, I feel like I hear a lot of different complaints because there's so many people on board. People are just having their conversations, talking about whatever they're talking about, and then you overhear some of them. Not that I'm trying to eavesdrop. I've heard some of the weirdest comments on this one, at least this is one specific, and that is we've been feeling the ship quite a bit. It's not too bad. There's definitely, I've been on way worse, but the weirdest comment that I have heard thus far, you would never feel this on Carnival. Which makes no sense because, I mean, it does and it doesn't make sense. The weather is kind of the weather. We've been having really high winds and there's other contributing factors into it. I don't believe it's the cruise line. It might be, maybe Carnival owns the weather and that's what people think or something like that. Or maybe it's true and there's something about this ship that makes it more likely and prone to sway. I'm not really sure, but it's interesting. If someone has insight and I'm wrong, then let me know. But like, I don't know, I just don't think that's true because if as soon as you hit a storm, that comment goes out the window. Like, I don't know. One thing I could mention about that, I guess, is that normally Carnival and even Navigator of the Seas, or a lot of the cruises out of Los Angeles tend to, when they're in between Ensenada and Los Angeles, they stay really close to land and near the border. So maybe right there is a sweet spot that all the LA-based ships have figured out over the course of however many years they've been here, and they found that it's really smooth right there. And since we've been doing that weird directional thing, we've been out further out into open ocean. Maybe that's the cause to it. It could be. Maybe there could be merit to it, but I'm trying to defend an argument that I don't understand. That's really what I'm trying to do. Anyways, it's time for dinner. Let's go ahead and head back down to the main dining room for one more meal, which we haven't been there this whole time. As I'm on way to dinner, looks like they have balloons up right now for a balloon drop. I'm sure I could check easily what it is, but I actually don't know at the moment. Unlike the Oasis class ships and Icon class, they always do a balloon drop at the beginning of the sailing, but I hear on Quantum class, they usually do them as a celebratory thing, so I'm not sure what it means. We'll find out. But they're not on every sailing, or maybe it is every sailing, right? We'll see. Welcome back to the main dining room, chic, specifically, for another and our last dinner. Honestly, it feels like we haven't been here for a while. Feels like the whole cruise, actually. Tonight we have the taste of Italy for our last menu. I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but it will definitely be something. And that was it for dinner. Honestly, Italian menu, nothing really stood out to me today, so I went with the minestrone soup, which is actually really good. Probably the best item on the Italian menu. But then the New York strip steak, that was a good option. It's one of the royal favorites, so gone are the days of the old classic menu. They used to have a classic menu where it's the same menu every single day, and then like the theme part would change. Kind of like how we do it, because like we had Italian, we had Welcome Aboard, that kind of stuff. But they used to always had a classic section. But now they have royal classics that kind of rotate through, and the New York steak is usually on there, and so is the chicken. It kind of rotates through. They're not on every night, but they are the royal classics. So the classic menu is gone, but those classics items are still there. They show up repeatedly throughout the different menus. That's what I went with. You could always know that that's always going to be good. Welcome to Sonic Odyssey, back in the Royal Theater for our last and final show. This one, I think, is going to be a good one. They have an earth harp, which is a unique instrument. Pretty cool. You can see it stringed down all the way across the theater. We'll see. This one's got a unique twist, so it'll be a little fun. That was Sonic Odyssey. What did you think? Honestly, it's my favorite show aboard this ship. It's definitely worth coming to visit at least one time, multiple times. Great show, so much energy. The cast, phenomenal. The dancing, the singing, and even just all the different instruments. The orchestra, we can celebrate the orchestra. There's a live orchestra, but there's so many different styles of music. I mean, the Earth Harp, for one, is a phenomenal thing, but then there's the jacket with the drums. Then there's the spinning drums. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what any of these things are called. I wish I knew. But it is such a good show. It brings the energy. You can tell the audience just love this one. I love this one. The entire family loved this one. So, you know, usually if the Pong family can agree on something, then it's probably true. But either way, regardless of it, it was an awesome show. If you come aboard Quantum of the Seas, this is the show I recommend. Sonic Odyssey. You have to see this one. It is the best. And honestly, it's that guy right there who's tuning it right now, who's working on it. He's the maestro. He is actually playing it. Like, all the music in this theater is live. None of it is pre-recorded. So if you're looking at it, oh, it's just a gimmick, it's not a gimmick. You can see him tuning it literally right now. But now that we're done with the theater show, that's all 3 of the shows completed and the show for the evening. We're gonna go to a party in the Royal Esplanade. Dinner, show, party. That's kind of the order of things on a cruise, it feels like. There is so much more, that's just what we're doing. Just a quick pit stop back to the room. And we have a towel animal and a bunch of garbage that we don't want to see. Oh, it's still there. Look at him. So cute. These eyes are kind of cool, colored. Turn the ship around. What I threw around is the departure information. Basically, what it's talking about is what you're going to do tomorrow when you get off. And nobody likes talking about it, but if you think about it, it's like less than 10 minutes away. So that's how quick things go, really. Long and skinny of it. Self-assist, take your bags off yourself. Assisted departure, they take the bags off for you. You check it in tonight. They'll collect it from you tonight, which means you wouldn't have luggage for the evening and in the morning. So it's a convenience in the day, but it's for a short cruise, doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna walk off all my luggage tomorrow morning. If I was on a longer cruise with more luggage, then it would make more sense to give it to them for the night and then meet it back in the terminal in the morning, but it just doesn't. Anyways, we go through it way too much. Who wants to talk about that? It's lame. Well, this towel animal, thumbs up. When you get that information, that's when you know you're coming to the end. But it's not over yet because we still have some stuff to do, so let's get out there. I just came back just to grab a battery. That on. Super random, but I don't know if you can hear me. The main part of the Royal Promenade is way over there, but the music is still playing really loud, and some lights are going off. Way out here. That's crazy. As if anyone is partying down there. It's definitely a popular party for sure. Imagine going to Zoomies and just having this loud party right there. That's pretty crazy. That's kind of unfortunate. One of the disadvantages of that is Zoomies. But anyways, that's the Royal Birthday Bash party, the balloon drop. It was a lot of fun. It was packed in there. I've never seen it so packed on the Royal Esplanade. That was crazy. I couldn't even get in. I was late, that's on me, but it was wild. The thing is that it's just the Royal Esplanade is not as big as other Royal Promenades, so not as much room for everyone to pack in, and everyone wanted to be there. It seemed like you couldn't even cross through. It was really unfortunate. There were people that wanted to cross through, they couldn't get through. So you had to go to a completely different floor and try and cross. That's how crazy it was. But it was fun. It was a lot of craziness. I think they're doing this, I honestly don't even know. I haven't been paying attention. I guess they're doing a season of the Royal Birthday Bash. That's their whole thing going on right now. So should be expected for a short while on Royal Caribbean Cruises. We're back in the 270, if you can even hear me, for Bring the Beat Back, a different party that I've never seen. There's just one party to the next on this cruise. That's really what it's about, I guess. Let's see what it is.
Welcome to the biggest dance party on Quantum of the Seas. That's right. Jump the water. Back to your left and to your right. Get down on it. Let's go, people. Looking good, people, looking real good. I'll see you at the bar. I'll see you on the balcony. I'll see you. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure?
Time to bring it back to the 1990s. Here we go.
And that was Bring Back the Beat. It was a phenomenal party. It was a combination of 3 different parties, a 70s party, 80s, and 90s party. They put it all together in one Bring Back the Beat, and I really liked it. I'm a big fan of the 70s party, so I'm a little sad that might not be around anymore because it's all combined into that. Basically, each one of those parties, like the 70s party, took the best music from the 70s. The 80s party took the best music from the 80s, 90s, same thing. You get the picture of what each individual party is. But what this party is taking the best from each of those 3 parties and combining it down, condensing it into one awesome party. About 15 minutes to each era. So really fast pace, really high energy. Actually, I did Ovation a while ago, and the parties were really lackluster. They didn't really have the energy, but there were so many people into it. There were people dancing in their seats all around 270, not just the dance floor, but everyone was up and having an amazing time. I don't know what it is about this ship, but Quantum of the Seas is bringing an energy that I have not seen on a Royal Caribbean ship here in Los Angeles. Everyone always says Carnival is the party cruise, but this Quantum is throwing its name in the hat in a really awesome way, and it's bringing it in a way where it's family friendly yet high energy. From you saw earlier, the balloon drop was crazy as well, so this ship is just really, they've got something figured out, and I think they got a really good thing here on the West Coast. I'm excited that Quantum of the Seas is our ship because it's not just a beautiful ship. It is a beautiful ship, but it's so much more than that. It's the crew that really just make that big difference that it's really standing out to me. Everyone, I guess I might as well throw my final sense in of the ship, but overall, like, the crew is the best part of this ship. Everyone has been super friendly. Everyone has gone above and beyond. Our dining room staff, phenomenal. Our stateroom attendant has been really good, solid, no complaints. The activities, the entertainment staff, they're just all bringing in energy. I know they just got like 3 days on a deadhead where there's no guest aboard, so maybe they're all just re-energized and they're ready to bring it. But I mean, whatever it is, whatever they're feeding them on this ship, they need to feed it the rest of the fleet because it's that good. All the boxes that I look for to check on a really solid cruise, they've been doing a really good job at hitting it. The only issues I have is the maintenance issues, in which iFly is down, and now the robot screens in the 270, they're down. So this ship is starting to show its age in some places. I mean, when you build a technology ship, technology tends to go bad really fast, and it has a lot of issues. That's really what technology has brought, is more issues for us, but and it's showing on this ship, and it really is, and it's unfortunate, but they're still making the best of what they can on this ship. Hopefully that they are constantly working on things, they fix things, that by the time you get aboard, it's not that big of a problem. I hope by the time I get aboard, I'm coming back for New Year's, so it'd be really nice if iFly was back in service. It'd be really nice if the robots were back in service. I mean, there's a lot of things that really get cut when you have things like that go down. So that's my biggest complaint. But as far as like the design of the ship, like look, like it's all very well maintained. It looks as if it came out yesterday. It really does. They have maintained this ship very well, and it holds up. Kudos to Royal Caribbean. Kudos to the crew. They're doing an amazing job with this ship. I'm glad that this is our new ship. If I've not said enough, I am a local Californian, so when every ship comes here, it really just means so much to me and really exciting. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of the evening. That means it's the end of the cruise, but we still have one more morning left aboard. I know that you guys have already clicked off the video because I said end of cruise and no one wants to see the last day, but we're gonna do it anyways. So that's it for me this evening. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Oh, I guess you didn't click off. So it's not the next morning, it's still the same evening. We're gonna do a late night walk around, see what's going on around the ship, just give you an idea of what the energy's like when tomorrow is basically the end of it. So are people like ready to get off already sleeping, or are people out still having a good time? What do you think? The Royal Esplanade right next to guest services, might as well give you a heads up. This is a good time to go, right around 11:30, so we're not quite midnight, but we're after 11. This has been busy all day long. Last day, always the busiest for guest services, but in the evening, not so bad. We can take a peek of the view, but the casino is still down there running and active. Unfortunately, just because of rules and stuff, I'm not allowed to record in there while they're open and stuff, so if you're curious, the casino will go until pretty much it starts dying out. So if people are out there playing really late, they will go. It goes till late. That's the official hours. So whatever late means, it just depends. If the casino is active, there are a lot of people playing, they're gonna keep going. If it's slow, then they're gonna shut it down. It just depends on how you are in the casino. Not that we're spending our time there, but then right next over here is the Boleros, and they're still playing music. They're going until, I think, until midnight pretty much. They're having a good time.
For YouTube.
Yes.
David, nice to see you.
David, nice to meet you, David.
I thought you'd be on here, man. Can I take a picture with you?
Of course. Big shout out to David. What I was saying was, Boleros, yeah, still going, and there's Ball, the cruise director. Look at, he's just walking around. Like, he just kind of walk. They have crew corridors, so he does not have to be seen, but he still somehow chooses to walk through everywhere in the middle of it. But Boleros, they're still out there kicking it, having a great time. People are dancing, having a wonderful time. Honestly, that band is phenomenal. I hope they're on board by the time you get aboard, because they're so good. And when it comes to food, at least there's still some options. You have Cafe Promenade and Sorrento's Pizza. Those are the only two places open. At least there is food late at night. You don't have to do room service, because room service does cost extra. But after a few nights of pizza, it probably starts getting real boring. And then right next door, we have the acoustics still going. He's still playing. They're still having fun in there. And then as we head up, we should find the Schooner Bar still active. Oh yeah, they're playing one of my favorite songs, The Good Old Journey. Well, that piano player was phenomenal. I don't know how I haven't seen him until just this evening. They have two Schooner Bar piano players on this ship. One is just playing melodic tunes. She was really good, but he is at a step above that. That is crazy. He was hitting some notes that I didn't even know existed. Anyways, as you can tell, pitch black darkness. We're heading back towards Los Angeles. I hope you enjoyed that really quick tour. We've never done something like that before. We walk around the last night, kind of get the sights, the sounds, get a feel of what's happening. Maybe we should do it more often. I don't know. But regardless of what happens, it's time to go to bed. I'm tired. And while we are barely moving, we are moving towards Los Angeles. I guess we will see you all tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's the last day. We're back in Los Angeles. My least favorite words to say, but we're back home. As no one's surprised, I did not wake up early. I woke up a little bit late, actually really late, because our watches and clocks got set back an hour for whatever reason, and so the alarm didn't go off. So just a heads up, it might happen to you on your way back from Ensenada, did to us. And so we woke up an hour late because our alarms went off an hour late because the time was off an hour. So no breakfast. I guess it's just time to head on and get off. Goodbye to our home of 4 nights. This cabin was actually really nice. Now is the battle to get off, and we could try waiting for an elevator or be like most people and just go straight down the stairs. I guess that's why the self-assist doesn't have the advantages. You have to carry your luggage down the stairs if you can't get an elevator. So, food for thought. Already like that, we're off the ship. It took us about 45 minutes. Ooh, that was a long disembarkation process. But anyways, we're finally off. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of the series, I appreciate you so much for watching. It means so much. And every one of you that I met on board, you guys are all awesome. I thank you so much. Sometimes when we upload these videos, I honestly don't know if anyone watches them. So when you guys come up to me and say hi and thank me, it really means so much. So I really appreciate it. You guys, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this series. We just got off the largest ship in California. Why not check out the largest ship in Texas? And as always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see ya real soon.